You did. You brought it up.
It's not being said like that. So you can accuse us of something. So if I say, I think you've been stealing money. So we're going to write that in the minutes. And then actually, it ultimately didn't pass anyway.
All we have to do is we're not going to approve
Well, and I want to
it.
get the
It'll be
deliberations
fine.
tomorrow is my last day in the office. So I want to look at it before you leave.
Yes.
Okay?
All right? You're not going to approve it, that's all. 1 minute left, 30 seconds.
I got 6 p.m. actually. Is everybody ready?
I got 6:01.
I'd like to call the Oglesby City Council meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Here.
Cullinan?
Here.
McDermott?
Here.
Moyle?
Here.
Curran?
Here, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Rich, do you want to move that? The approval of the table? I
We're gonna
don't want to
table.
table.
Okay, before we,
I have to.
I think somebody wanted to move the approving
no
of
way.
minutes to the end of the meeting. I just want to make sure that we get it done. I don't want to hold anything up tonight. Do you want to make that motion?
Make a motion to move the minutes to the end of the meeting.
Okay.
I will second.
Okay, roll call, please.
Well, should we be more specific with the motion?
Number
Oh, I'm
6
sorry.
and 7,
Uh,
N-
I think we're fine with 7.
Just
I
6?
believe.
Is that
6.
correct?
Yeah.
All right, just the open minutes.
Okay.
Roll call, please.
Baldridge?
Aye.
Cullinan?
Aye.
McDermott?
Aye.
Moyle?
Aye.
Curran?
Aye. Okay. Number 4, mayor's report. I don't have a whole lot tonight. I'll try to keep it short. Just first thing was, events are starting to spin up for the year. First one is Bark in the Park. Now, it is May 23rd, so it's a bit of time yet away, but it does take a lot of prep work and everything for all this kind of stuff that we have for the year. And it kind of relates because a likely next meeting, we'll discuss a little bit of an event budget. We talked a little bit about that. I know that we're going to eventually get an event budget probably for the appropriations bill, but I'd like to start looking at it a little bit early to see if there's room in there to maybe create some smaller events that our event coordinators kind of recommended. So look forward to that coming. Number 2, IV baseball and T-ball are in their final sign-up. It's March 1st, and softball is February 28th. So don't let those days slip by if you have kids that you're still looking to get involved. Great programs here in Oglesby. I've talked about them extensively. Number 3, board availability. So we're going to have a couple board availabilities, and I wanted to talk a little bit about that. First of all, the available boards are going to be ambulance board. We did have somebody that was kind of selected for it that would have been just a fantastic fit, but she's dealing with some health concerns with her mother, so she's not able to be part of that. So we've got one available for ambulance board. We'll have one coming up for plan commission, and then the 125th celebration committee that we're going to start that board tonight. So far, I only have one person, it's Wally Marquardt. The reason is, so Wally was actually on the board, he was the chair of it 25 years ago. So he said he doesn't really want to be the chair anymore, but I think it's fantastic to bring somebody back that was on this board 25 years ago. So I do have 3 others that have reached out to me. They're all fantastic candidates, but they don't have a lot of range of exposure of what they represent in Oglesby. So I'd love if some more of those names, people that would be interested, we're looking forward to some highly motivated, energetic individuals that want to look at trying to create a great event that we have probably in about 1.5 years from now. And then I know a lot of people think of the Plan Commission as our biggest and most important board, and I would say it has the largest impact probably overall on the community. But the ambulance board as well, there's a lot of big things going on for the ambulance that we're going to have to answer and get some questions for. So that's really going to be a driving factor of how we're going to shape Oglesby. So please, if you're interested in those positions, please reach out to me or reach out to the clerk's office, and then hopefully we can get a good slate of names. We'll talk about it at our next meeting and then get some good appointments for everybody. That is all I have for my mayor's report. Number 5, public comment on agenda items only. Seeing that there's none, we'll move on. 6 is moved to the bottom. 7, approved minutes from October 6th, October 20th, November 17th, December 1st, December 15th, 2025, and January 5th and January 20th, 2026 executive sessions. So if there's no additions, corrections, or modifications, can I get a motion to approve the
Make a motion to approve the executive session minutes.
I'll second that motion.
roll call, please?
Baldridge?
Aye.
Cullinan?
Aye.
McDermott?
Aye.
Moyle?
Aye.
Curran?
Aye. Number 8, approve bills for payment in the amount of $118,594.70. Normally, I would just say my standard preamble, but we've had some concerns with the bills, so I will go around and see if anybody has any questions or comments or anything to add. Austin?
No.
Hillary? Mac?
No.
Baldridge?
No.
Okay, if there's nothing further, if we can get a motion to approve the bills, please.
I move we approve bills presented for payment in the amount of $118,594.74. Or, sorry,
70 cents.
$118,594.70.
You about overpaid 4
I'll
cents.
Yeah,
second.
my bad, my bad.
Okay, I got a second. Roll call, please.
Baldridge,
Aye.
Cullinan,
Aye.
McDermott,
Aye.
Moyle,
Aye.
Curran.
Aye. Number 9, approve payroll for February 13th, 2026 in the amount of $67,862.81. If there's no additions, corrections, or modifications, can I get a motion to approve the payroll?
I move we approve payroll for February 13th, 2026 in the amount of $67,862.81.
I second.
Roll call, please.
Baldridge,
Aye.
Cullinan,
Aye.
McDermott,
Aye.
Moyle,
Aye.
Curran.
Aye.
Got it right that time.
What's that?
Got it right that time.
Good job. Number 10, accept resignation of Ken Ficek. So I thought we'd go around the room if anybody had any comments or anything like that before we have to accept such a terrible and sad day. Any comments?
No, I mean, I'll just offer kind of generic thank you to Ken for all that he's done. I mean, honestly, I didn't know exactly how long you've been around in the city, and just how many different capacities you've served the city. And so hearing about that, it kind of blew my mind, honestly. It wasn't something that I knew. And so I think especially in today's day and age, to see that kind of commitment, that longevity and that kind of commitment to, you know, one business or one organization or whatever, it's very rare. And so I definitely think it's something to give you a fair bit of praise for. And so we certainly, I speak on behalf of myself, but I'm sure my peers share the same sentiment. We thank you for everything you've done for the city.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
It was very well said. I really appreciate everything you've done, and I do have a small little story. Is when I did sign up to be on city council before I was elected, and when I was appointed, I didn't know what to expect. And honestly, this is, you know,
what you expect.
you can see. But but I just wanted to point out how kind and welcoming that Ken was on my first night, and I really truly appreciate that, and it shows the type of character he has. So thank you for everything you've done for Oglesby, and thanks for just being an all-around great person.
Excellent. Mac?
Well, Ken, I'm going to have a problem accepting your resignation because I appreciate the knowledge and experience that you have and everything you've done for the city. I'll accept it on the grounds that if I need some information, I can come to you, right? I mean, it's valuable. I appreciate you. Thanks.
Rich?
Yeah, like Austin said, I don't remember when you started, but you've given a lot to the city, and we do appreciate that. Known you a long time, and I appreciate all the knowledge and experience you've given to us. Thank you, Ken.
I think this is truly a special day. I'm looking forward to, you know, it's rare that we get to do nice, fun things like this, so I'll reserve my comments for the next item here a little bit. Can we get a motion to accept, begrudgingly accept Ken's resignation?
I'll make a motion to grudgingly accept his
Begrudgingly accept.
resignation.
Can we get the minutes to say that?
Yes, I can. I will.
Begrudgingly made a motion.
I'll second.
All right, roll call, please.
Baldridge,
Aye.
Cullinan,
Aye.
McDermott,
Aye.
Moyle,
I
Curran.
Aye. Okay, number 11, recognition of Ken Ficek for service to the city. Okay, so I wanted to just chat a little bit. I want to thank Ken not only for all the work and everything that he's done for the city, but when I was thinking about this, I wanted to recognize him. And when I looked at 55 years is such a long time. It spans such, I've only been on the council 7 years, and I can't imagine going 8 times that amount. So doing a little bit of history and stuff like that, found out that there's 8 different mayors that you've come to. I did have an opportunity to talk to Mayor George Cullinan on the phone yesterday. We actually talked for a while, talked for about 25 minutes. He wanted me to relay that he will not be able to make it tonight due to some health concerns. So just if we can keep it in our hearts, our minds, and hopefully have a good full recovery. Hopefully that'll be the case. And then I also have Mayor Don Finley here. If you'd like to come up, that'd be great. And then Mayor Don Rivera. Mayor Clancar, Mayor Flores, and Mayor Scott are no longer with us here today, but I really appreciate, this to me just represents the amount of time somebody has put forth. Ken, if you could come up briefly, I'd love to be able to give you something. I can't thank you enough for the amount of time that you put forth. And so this is something I wanted to kind of put together. I did a little bit of research on this, and to all of our records that we found, we don't think it's been done in the city yet. You'd probably be the expert on this, right? Tell me if it was, and I was wrong, but, you know. So the thing is, looking at what qualifies somebody for this, there really is nothing written. So now you are the new gold standard, and I am so honored to present you with the key to the city. Mayor, want to say anything? If you want to bring the council up, take some pictures, but whatever, the floor is yours, sir.
Well, first of all, thank you, and thank the council for this evening. 55 years has been a long time, but I've had the pleasure of working with 8 different mayors, as you mentioned, and with 14 different councils, and probably about 100 different people that volunteered their time and effort and been part of the city, contributing to the growth of the city. And for that, I've been extremely grateful. People like Jim Clenard and Curran that are currently on the board. We really appreciate all the time and effort that they put in. And Brandy, it's fantastic to have people who want to give of their time to make the city a better city. They don't sit back and complain. They come and get involved. And that's the thing you need. You need people to come and get involved in the city and be part of it. I forgot Rich's name. So it's been my pleasure to do that. But you can't do any of this without the support of your family. And the wind beneath my wings. Barbara. Karen and Greg, Bonnie and Mark, Jen and Kevin, Mary and Mitch, my grandkids, Ethan, Tara, John's back there, Joe. They're all very, very supportive, and you can't do it without that kind of help. One last thing I want to say. Most of you know I'm a historical buff. And my political idol is Governor Richard Oglesby. Now, Governor Oglesby was the first governor to be elected 3 times. And he's the only governor in the state of Illinois to be elected in 3 different decades, the 1860s, the 70s, and 1880s. And he served not only the state, but also served as U.S. Senator for over 40 years. And when he retired the first time from the governorship in 1869, they had a reception for him in Decatur. And he gave a speech. And I'll paraphrase one of the things he said in there. He said, "If it is an honor to be selected for an office, it certainly is an honor to retire from it." So with that, thank you all very much, and thanks to people of Oglesby. He was always prepared.
Picture. Anybody want to say anything else extra as well, or anything?
Anything else?
Well,
Council?
give him a picture here real quick.
You want to be in there?
You're welcome. Thank you.
No.
5 years. Can't imagine. Thank you so much for everything, you the person you are.
There she goes. She goes, I'm filming that.
All right, excellent. Thank you. Do you want to take pictures of any family members or anything like that? This is your night, I get that.
Go ahead, come up here.
Come on, please.
Oh, Austin. Maybe.
I don't know what the key to the city is, but I think that's what it does, yeah.
This is not gonna be good. This is not gonna be good. There we go.
He's been very fruitful.
Bear with us. Bear with us.
Oh, thank you.
so much.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thanks very much.
Now,
Thank
can we
you so
take our
much.
leave alone?
Yeah.
You certainly can.
Thank you.
Yes, of course. Yes.
Thank you, Dan. I appreciate everything.
Thanks, everybody.
Have a good one. Thank you.
Thanks, Ken. I need your number, by the way.
All right. Wow.
I got it.
Thank you, everybody. All right. Well, that certainly was nice. We don't get the opportunity to do those kinds of things every day, so thank you, Barb. Appreciate it. Thanks for all the support, too. I feel like I had a missed opportunity. I should have had
Thanks,
a plaque
Barb.
that was twice the size for Barb right after, or something like that. That would have been good. All right. Number 12 is Habitat for Humanity presentation.
All right. You should see us on a normal day.
You know what, I actually looked you up on a normal day, I'm a little nervous.
You're fine.
Thank you guys
Thank you
for
for
having
coming.
me today, Mayor, Councilman. I'm Jessica Brayfield with Habitat for Humanity, LaSalle Bureau in Putnam County. I just wanted to come here today to share some information with you about a potential partnership opportunity with the city of Oglesby and Habitat for Humanity. Habitat builds homes for people in need. They work with families to provide safe, affordable housing. The common misconception is that we give away homes, and we do not. So we partner with families, they put in sweat equity, they pay an affordable mortgage, and if the city were interested in exploring this opportunity, this project would involve the construction of a single-family home on a lot in Oglesby. A lot of the benefits coming to this from a community perspective are that it adds long-term home ownership and investment into your neighborhoods, puts it back on the tax roll. You also have, it engages the community. It gets families involved, it gets churches involved, it gets the schools are involved, teachers are out there on the build. It's an excellent opportunity to re-engage your community. What it would look like for your investment in it would be a lot, buildable city lot with water and sewer hookups. We ask that to be donated, and I'm also asking, we have a family selection committee that gets together to pick these families after they pre-qualify. I'd like to see Oglesby put a couple people on that committee, so you know what kind of families either from here that's going in this home, or we're bringing in. So I'd like that also. So if this would be something of interest, I'd like for you guys to consider it. We're very interested in coming to Oglesby as well, and I've got some leave behind for you guys to take a look at. Do you guys have any questions? Because if I can't answer them, I brought some really smart people that can.
Okay. Anybody have any questions from the council or anything?
Are there any mysteries behind Habitat? It always seems like I have a few of those. Like questions of like, who are we? What do we do? How do we do this?
I guess, yeah, I'm just curious as to kind of how I mean, obviously, I know that you said we have to provide the lot and utilities and whatnot, but as far as like the actual cost associated with rehabilitation, or not necessarily rehabilitation, well, maybe rehabilitation of a home or construction of a home, do you guys like fundraise for that? And you have donors that,
Absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely. We just finished up a build in Princeton, and what we have is a lot of in-kind donors, and we start locally with local businesses, local contractors in Princeton. We used Someone's in the Kitchen, Kindred 7, Grazers came in, donated the heating and air. Town and Country did all of the plumbing. Todd at Wynette Carpet did the flooring. We also had a local business there, it's called Barrel Society, and it's a bourbon bar, but they have excellent marketing and excellent following, and so we did an auction, a bourbon, like a rare bourbon auction, kind of like Hy-Vee does, and we were able to fundraise almost $10,000 for that. So we do a lot of fundraising. We have, we're having a golf outing, that's coming up as well, but we do offset a lot of the costs with donors, in-kind donors.
And so when the home is constructed or rehabilitated, or, well, I guess I see here it says they purchased the home with an affordable mortgage, so the house will be in their name and the taxes will be in their name as well?
It will,
Okay.
it will, absolutely. The best way that I think we talked to Princeton City Council about it was, if you build a home for $200,000, then you have different businesses that come in and donate their labor and their products, and now you have it down to $140,000, and that's the mortgage then that they would, it makes it more affordable for them to be able to build, be in a home at $140,000. Lots of volunteer labor helps so much. because labor's so expensive, but, so that keeps the cost down as well. So your, you know, your donation of the lot would also be an offset of the cost, so they could afford a better mortgage.
And I'm assuming sweat equity would be hours that the actual homeowner would put in towards.
It is,
Yeah.
so they can do that by being on the build, and helping with the build. Of course, we have, you know, people that are skilled and professional that are guiding our unskilled volunteers. But they can swing a hammer, they can paint, they can provide lunches for the other volunteers. We also have the Habitat Restore in Peru, and they can do and volunteer their hours there in the Restore or up in the offices doing office work as well.
So can anybody volunteer to be on a build?
Can anyone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, we can all grab a hammer and help.
You sure can. I was thinking you guys could use a little kumbaya moment on this build, huh?
Absolutely,
There we
absolutely.
go.
Maybe not come the hammer day, but yeah.
Maybe not maybe a painting day.
Yeah, I was just thinking, it would actually, I think it would be actually pretty interesting, mutually beneficial, because, you know, handy stuff, swinging a hammer is not necessarily my forte, so maybe I can learn something, so.
Yeah, it's
Maybe you learn
amazing
how to
how
do
many of our volunteers walk away with a, you know, with a new skill set. And what's even more important, I see a lot of my volunteers that they walk away, you know, with new friendships. You know, and they're reinvested into a new friendship. I have 3 volunteers, and each year we've built a home. One of them's lost their wives, and they are the best friends now. And they come to every build day. Anything I need volunteered, they all come together. You know, they have their coffee clutch. They have their, but they would have never met each other without Habitat.
Yeah. I think it's a wonderful program, I really do. Not only does it help bring community together when you have people trying to work towards a common goal, but the other aspect of it, obviously, if you look at just from the taxing portion of it is, we would take a lot that might stay vacant for 40 or 50 years, and we have something on the tax roll now. So there's really a benefit to everybody. The only thing I would say is, my only exposure to it is maybe as a volunteer on a few very rare occasions that I've done something like that. We probably need a little bit of help with some of the logistical parts, some of the stuff that Austin was talking about. I'd love to take some guidance on how we can help approach, like either whether agreement, what kind of things do we need to do to be able to make this super successful for you, basically. And I think everybody's on board with exploring that.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, and I can send over anything you guys need.
That'd be
I
wonderful.
do have a question. It says on here, a donation of a buildable residential lot. Does it have to be like just grass? Or is it a rehab of a house that's already there? Is it included in the demolition?
We have done rehabs before. We found it a little bit more cost effective and a lot of our in-kind donors like to come in and do something fresh. It takes a lot more labor for them and a lot more work for them to tear old stuff out.
Okay.
And then put new stuff in. So we've just found lately for us that the new build is really the way to go. So yeah, it's just a residential buildable.
Okay.
Get some plumbing in there, you know.
Yeah.
Water and hookups.
Do you have a place or somewhere in town you're actually looking at, or?
No, I haven't been stalking you that much.
That's good to know.
Just kind of interested in Oglesby.
No, everybody should be interested in Noble.
Well, they should. I think that, yeah, this will definitely put you on the map even more, right?
Absolutely.
It's a beautiful town.
All right. Any other questions for anybody? Well, I thank you so very much for coming. I
Thanks,
look forward,
guys.
I look forward to us
Thank you,
communicating a
Jessica.
little more, getting some more details, and seeing what we gotta do for the next step.
Sure, and any questions you have, I think I emailed you guys like as a group, so just please, if you just think of something later, shoot it back to me, and like I said, I've got these guys that have been doing this a lot longer than I have, and they can also answer for you too.
Awesome.
All right?
Thank you so
guys.
very much. All right. 2 good things in a row. Wow, this is good. Cooking with gas. All right, number 13, old business. A, discussion and possible action on updated comprehensive plan. Cullinan.
Yeah, it was attributed to me, but I know at the last meeting, we didn't necessarily have the link to the comprehensive plan, so I know people have been provided with the link. They've had, 2 weeks to review it, and so I guess we'll kind of go around the room, hear what people think, and
Okay, we'll continue around. Go ahead.
This is gonna sound so petty.
I got it. It's
Can
hard
I
to say.
request to have my name spelled right
Oh, yeah, for sure.
What?
on the cover page? And I
Oh
usually
my
don't.
goodness, I didn't
yeah.
catch that.
I don't usually correct it. It comes up often with 2
Wow.
L's, but
How is it spelled? I'm just curious. How did
2
that-
L's.
All
So,
right.
I am gonna
One
request of
correction.
that.
Absolutely. Oh, I don't know, Kevin. I don't know. Okay. All right, thanks. Mac?
Well,
No, my nameplate's
okay,
right.
so,
Yes, there's 2 L's on the document.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice try,
well,
Kevin.
at least I didn't do a lowercase d instead of a capital D.
Yeah.
I get that all the time. I guess that looks like we're gonna table it until that gets resolved then.
Table it. I think we just we just approve it with the one
Yeah.
grammatical
With the
error.
one grammatical change,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kevin can easily fix that.
Yeah.
Unless somebody else got a problem with it.
Some of
What
those
chapters
things-
were specifically reviewed?
Um,
Because I wasn't
There
on,
was
I think,
some-
when we,
It was the demographics chapter, the natural hazards chapter, the goals and implementation. And then we changed a couple of things, paragraph in the introduction, just explaining what the planning process was we went through the last, 10 to 12 months.
okay.
Mac, do you have anything else?
Not at this time.
Rich?
There's some
Do you happen to
things
have a list of any edits that you've made in like a comparison format, since we weren't updated as they went along?
Yeah.
I could give you the old chapters to the new. I mean, it was, the planning commission spent, 9 months going through those chapters and making edits. And, the demographics was updating to the 2020 census, because right when we, did it last time, it was 2020. New census hadn't come out yet, it was a couple of years later, so now those are in there. And we went through the review of the natural hazards is based on the LaSalle County Natural Hazard Mitigation Plan and the City of Ogilvy's risk assessment at that time that was done. So we just inserted those updates into there, so it just didn't really go over it, just kind of said, here's what the plan for natural hazards at the county level, put that in there. And then went through the, goals and then implementation section. We didn't do, we just kind of went through it during the meetings, made the edits, the discussions, and didn't do a comparison before and after. So we can give you the old chapters, we don't have the old chapters on the website, but we do have the new ones.
Probably be
Yeah,
a good
so I
idea.
what I see here for the summary thing that you sent out was, there's 5 changes, right? There is,
Well, then those, sorry to interrupt.
Sorry, go ahead.
Those are changes that were based upon the public hearing that was
Yep.
held on in January. So we had the public hearing, the plan was out there in December, and those were the comments from the planning commission that night of the meeting. There were a lot more changes that were made over the last 9 months.
oh, is this just the last set of
That's
changes?
just
Oh,
those were just the changes
okay.
that were made at the planning commission public hearing in
Okay.
January.
Okay, so in January, there was 5 changes. I'm surprised the dog part wasn't the first thing to get removed.
It was, we had forgotten to take it out.
Okay, got it.
An editing problem
Got
on
it.
our part, we just did not take it out.
No.
And if it talked about, we just didn't delete it.
No, I appreciate it. I know there's a lot of time and effort that went in that. I know this is one of the reasons Ken Ficek stayed on, is he knew this, this document, I think what does it say? It says it's recommended every 5 to 10 years, I think is what it says, to be updated. So, the important thing about this document is kind of our guiding document that we look at and we reference things when we decide if something new needs to come into the city or something like that. So, I really appreciate all the time and effort people took into it, to help give us some guidance. Does anybody else have anything else to add?
On 12.2, and I'm looking at this printed version, and I don't think I have the most accurate printed one, because it sounds like you've
don't
made
either.
changes to 12.2 after, based on the public hearing, so,
We did
yeah,
make-
yeah.
Those
But
are
it says
on the website.
explore changing to home rule. And then it says task, explore the best form of government and setup for Oglesby, but home rule isn't really a government.
I think
They're 2 separate things.
Yeah, so does the goal really, the task really
I
meet
think
the
that was
goal?
changed. wasn't
Yeah,
it?
so that's just misformatted. If you look at the online one, they're
Oh.
two separate goals. So you have goal explore the adoption of home rule, and then you have goal explore the best form of government set up for Oglesby. And then the task for that is continue to educate the citizens of Oglesby on different forms of government. So I think that might just be
So when were the
formatted.
goal and the task included? Putting
Yeah,
the
we-
home rule aside, when were the goal to explore and when was the task to continue added to this document?
Right. So that was during the conversations from the planning commission, that explore the adoption of home rule was a separate goal. And then it was actually the government setup of Oglesby was a task underneath that, and it's really not
Here.
one and the same.
I'll put
They're
the,
two separate goals.
The one when I came to it, I believe there's some contention here that, I believe there were only 2 people at that time that wanted to explore the form and all of that. And there were some things said between the members of the board there. And I didn't think that it was, agreed to be put into there. So how did it get on there?
Well, I was at the meeting, I think it was agreed to, it was
Yeah.
agreed by the
The home
commission.
rule was on there.
No, it was agreed by the commission to put it in there, cause I was at that meeting, Rich. Curran was at that meeting, you know, there are quite a few people here.
I would
that
like
were
to
at that
see
meeting.
that.
Sounds like we need clarification on this.
Okay. So,
for it to be
I believe the answer is that it was the commission voted on it, that, okay.
To have it, this is the way they want it.
And I just want to point out, that doesn't mean that the city of Oglesby is changing to that. It was to direct, that there's more education needed on these things to explore, I think, is my understanding.
Well, I don't think we're teachers here. I mean, Austin is, but we don't,
Hey,
we don't need to be
there you
teaching
go.
anybody, I don't think.
You wanna talk
If they
about
wanna
professional
learn it, I
strengths,
think
there we
they
go.
can learn it.
No, we don't do
I
that
do
here.
think Ken had spoken to this at one of the previous meetings, and he just said, and I agree with him. I mean, I was not a supporter of the effort, the previous effort to change to the city manager form of government, but Ken said himself that you should always, times change, and you should always be, actively contemplating whether or not the form of government that you have in the city best suits the city. And so he said that's the reason that the plan commission included it, so.
From what I've noticed, being on this council and being in the audience prior to this, I don't think anybody here even understands what the form of government we currently have entails.
Oh, I would agree with
think
you.
that we hit on all cylinders with everything that this form of government can bring to
Commission form
us.
of government,
So, my suggestion is to figure out what we already have before we're trying to abandon ship here and find something else
Well-
that we don't understand.
Well, it doesn't,
I don't think
hold on,
there's
one
any
thing.
suggestion, Rich, to abandon ship, I think the
Well, if
suggestion
we're gonna
is
be educating
to
people on
explore
different
forms of
forms.
government, including the one we
I
have.
don't agree with that.
Well, let's read it. Explore the best form of government set up for Oglesby. Continue to educate the citizens of Oglesby on different forms of
Why don't we
I
educate
guess it
them on
should
the
say
one we
all
have?
forms, but,
And I think that when being reading this from the planning
Yeah.
commission, but different forms of government is all different.
All of
forms,
them. I think-
Including the one you
Including the
currently
That's
have.
true.
form of government.
all forms, yeah, I get it.
It doesn't say different from your current.
Maybe put to inform the citizens of Oglesby to different forms of government rather than educate.
Yeah, same thing.
No, there's a difference between when you educate and you inform.
I guess my question is, if we do vote to approve it this way, you said that this doesn't mean that we're doing this.
No,
It-
no.
I mean,
No.
like tomorrow, there's not gonna be a charge for a teacher now to come in, or
No.
we pay an Austin,
Oh, yeah,
I'm
I'll-
just kidding.
I'll do it pro bono.
Yeah.
No, I think what it does, it tasks the plan commission, there's all these things, right?
Right.
Encourage development all these kinds of things here. I don't think it means that tomorrow, I guess they could, but it's whatever, it's a goal to be looked at for the next 5 to 10 years. That's-
There's nothing in the comprehensive plan that's binding. That's not how
Yeah.
a comprehensive plan works.
Right.
It's a guide.
Yeah.
It's a guide.
Okay, all right, well, point is, we have a recommendation from, well, it's past, you are on the plan commission, sir, if you'd like to come and say anything.
The implementation section of the plan, comprehensive plan, gives you a guide as to how long and when to do these.
Okay.
3 years out, 5 years out, sometime in the next year and a half, different goals and tasks, right, Kevin?
Yes, it does.
So that would be the idea. What we thought was most important to look at now and what stuff we put off for later.
Okay, I
And
appreciate it.
it doesn't itemize every goal item, but here are the priority ones that the planning commission thought for 0 to 2 years, or 3 to 5, and 6 to 10.
We have a couple other people from the plan commission. Would you like to come up and speak on anything? If your option, if you'd like.
I was not at the last meeting,
Okay, moving on. No, I'm just kidding.
so from what I remember, we never talked about home rule the whole time on being at the meeting. And then it was supposedly brought up at the last meeting, but I think 12.2, I feel the wording's wrong.
12-2, yeah.
Would be chapter 12, page 12-2. Changing of goal, exploring changing of home rule, explore the adoption of home rule.
Explore the adoption of home rule.
I'm sorry, I guess I misunderstand. What's your concern with the way it's written?
Well, it's, and I understand it gives the city the right to explore it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all it says, Rich, and it was discussed at the meeting, maybe it was the meeting you missed.
Right.
Was it in before, Kevin, the home rule thing?
I believe it was.
I think it was in the last
2020 plan.
It was from a while ago.
And I think that's why it was the adoption of home rule was a separate goal, and really after further conversation, explore the best form of government setup. Home rule isn't really the government setup, it
No,
is.
they're two different things.
Two
Yeah.
different things.
So the commission decided to split them into two different goals.
Yes.
Explore the adoption of home rule, explore the best form of government. Not that you're gonna do that, but,
But why
it's a
is
goal.
home rule explicitly put out there?
Because it's a separate item. I will say that the last administration, we did talk a few discussions about home rule. A lot of it came up with the golf carts. For example, there's a lot more limitations we have. If you were home rule, you can do a lot more things with it and all kinds of stuff like that. There is a lot of benefits to home rule. There's also a lot of negatives as well. It can scare economic development because we have a lot of power to do things that could affect tax rates and all kinds of little things like that. So I think it's a great discussion to have if it's something to look into. Some of our nearby cities have home rule. There's advantages and disadvantages of all of it. And again, regardless of what anybody's individual thoughts are here, I think all I'm reading this is the task is that there's options out there, and the Plan Commission says we should be exploring these things to look at the best form, what suits Oglesby. That's it, simple as that.
I just don't think home rule should be in there, just explore different options of government.
Yeah.
Home rule is something different though, sir.
You can have any option of government, Rich, pretty much, and still you have to explore home rule on top of that.
I
They
think,
don't go hand in hand.
Yep.
It's what type of government do you have, and do you want home rule?
Yeah.
Which is a different issue entirely. That's why they're pulled out and separate.
and the reason it's complicated is if you look at just the surface of it, you're like, well, we should all be home rule. It gives us all the authority to do things, but it can scare off business. There's a lot of details with it and stuff, so it needs to be explored. I think Peru is home rule, and I don't think this, I can't,
Ottawa is.
yeah, so I mean.
Too bad they couldn't put
And those are two
clarification
different forms of
underneath that home
government, so
rule.
they don't have, they're
You know
not
what I'm
tied
saying,
to each
Kevin?
other. There's different complexities with it, so. Again, all this, I read it as, is the recommendation from the Plan Commission. We can continue to talk about it if you like. But my thoughts are, if there's no other discussion, what do you wanna do?
So what I gather, it's a revision from something that was in the plan in 2020, that we're just revising it. It just seems so foreign to me, because even if we were gonna explore home rule, that's still a referendum item to,
I believe that, that one I'm not 100% sure.
It is.
I think it is too,
It
though.
is.
I think it is.
so
She's right.
I guess that just seems so foreign to me that you're gonna put something for, task the city council with exploring these options, but
Well-
it's gotta be voted on by the public as a whole anyway.
So there's two things with it. So there's so many different forms of how you can get something on a ballot, right? There is citizen-led initiative, and there's ones that the council can run, right? So let's say for this example, there's things that we can vote to put on the ballot itself if we need something that is either binding or non-binding. Matter of fact, you saw that in Peru. They did a non-binding question about a pool. They were not required to get a pool, but they put stuff like that on that. If there's things that our Plan Commission comes back with, that they make a recommendation for change, that doesn't mean that it changes. It means it gives us, the recommendation is to the council to put out a thing if we want to put a public question on the ballot someday or something like that. There's many other examples, but that's one of them there that would come from. Does that help answer your question a little bit?
Yeah,
Okay.
it just seemed a little.
Well, let me
foreign, but
ask, Kevin,
maybe.
is it possible we could put a clarification underneath that?
Yeah, that's up to the council and what you wanna do and make any other edits other than the correction on the main page.
What kind of clarification do you wanna put in?
So people could understand exactly what the difference is between home rule and exploring
Well,
our
that-
government.
But that's not what the plan, that's not what the comprehensive plan is. The comprehensive plan is saying to explore those, decide, try to figure out what they are, educate people on it, see if this is something we wanna do. That's what it's saying. This is not a blueprint for how all these things work. None of that stuff in the comprehensive plan.
Well, I understand that, but not everybody does, is what I'm getting at. If you clarify it in writing, maybe people would understand it better, be willing to.
I think it's pretty
Object or
neutral
approve?
already, but if you
Neutral.
have a suggestion for more neutral wording, I'm all ears.
Well, I don't claim to be an expert about
I
that.
think there's some confusion here, and perhaps we could have the planning committee, if you just send it to them individually by email, acknowledge whether they agreed to this or they didn't agree to this, and that's the only way I would pass that, is if I had acknowledgement from all of them. I don't know that that all came about.
I don't understand what you're asking, because that is exactly what the plan commission did, is they voted on it.
There are minutes of that meeting, and there was a vote, and it was
Well,
taken,
this
and
has
it was
changed
all
since the
approved.
first time we had it, so wow.
Well, it has.
How did it change? If you have a list from somebody and you put it all out there, and all of a sudden something else gets added afterwards, how?
I don't know.
Kevin, can I ask you a question? The version that we're having here that was sent out to everybody, is that the version that is that the final version that the plan commission saw, even with the misspelling error, that they saw, and they voted to approve?
The list of changes that you had in front of you, the 5 changes, those were changes that were made at the public hearing in January, based on conversation, there was no public comment.
This was done in.
Conversation with the planning commission. They realized, okay, we need to make these 5 changes based on what was put out there
Yep.
at the end of December. Here's the plan, here's what we wanna put out there for the public to review and make comment on, and then they voted that those 5 changes, plus what was already in the plan, is what they were sending to the city council for your consideration, whether you approve it, change it and approve it, send it back, it's your decision on what you wanna do with the next step here.
All right. Thank you, Kevin, I
I
appreciate
guess
that.
my confusion would lie with, this is what was given to the city council here on February 2nd to pass. There's one task, to explore the form of government. So-
The format, I
Hang
have-
on here, Austin, just one second,
Hold
please.
on, yeah, one at a time, I
And
guess.
then when I went to look this up this weekend, now this task is added. So if that got added, where did it come from to be added, that it wasn't added on there before?
That was on the list of changes from the January public hearing that we had given out.
So if we had passed this on February 2nd, this wouldn't have happened, is what I'm saying.
No.
Because it's not in here.
She's showing
This is
two
what we were
different
gonna pass
pages.
on
I don't know what you're
February 2nd.
seeing on February,
Okay.
what I saw had those in
Here,
there.
so
And this is
I'll
what's
show you.
online right now.
So what they have is this, which it does not list the task of continuing to educate the citizens of Oglesby on different forms of government. It just says goal, explore changing to home rule, task, subordinate to that goal, explore the best form of government / setup for Oglesby. And so that task there, continue to educate the citizens of Oglesby, is missing, but at the bottom it does say Oglesby 2026 comprehensive plan. So I don't know if this is like an earlier draft or,
So when we first
It was.
wrote up the
Yeah.
changes from the public hearing in January,
yeah.
that list of, with the Oglesby letterhead with the 6 changes, those were not implemented into the plan at that time. We were given that list to make it simpler to say, here's what was changed from what was already out there at the public hearing.
So you're saying that was the physical copy, likely those are remnants of physical copies that was handed out as they were discussing at the meeting? Because the only digital version I saw was the final version.
So
It
when,
doesn't make sense.
What
It
part-
doesn't make sense that if this was out here already, and you're saying the way that you put it out there was, you got the paperwork afterwards, then how did you put that on there on the February 2nd edition, but yet, now this is the edition here with this added to it?
Did
There
you print
hasn't
it,
been another meeting.
did you print it directly from their website?
Yes, I printed this off the internet.
Okay.
This is what
That's what
we
he's
were
saying.
supposed to be proposed to pass last
Yeah.
meeting. So if we passed this last meeting, this couldn't happen.
It
That's not
was-
what I saw. The version I saw had all that stuff in there.
at the last meeting that you had, we had given out, I believe you have in front of you, Jason, the list of
Yes,
changes.
yep.
That was given out and say, those changes would be made once the final document was approved by the city council. And we would put that into the plan that's in the document, and that those 6 changes would be then implemented into it. Since then, we've gone ahead and put it into the document, so those were part of the
Yep.
changes based off of the public hearing in January.
Okay. So I look at it this way, at the end of the day, we have confirmed that this is what the plan commission voted on. They made a recommendation for it. We have the document in front of us. It's been sent out to everybody. Everybody has a digital version of it. I guess the question is everybody good with that recommendation, or do they want to do something different? That's the question we need to answer today. Are you good with that recommendation, or do you want to do something different?
I'm fine with it.
Okay, around the room.
Can we just omit the whole section and then we could just move on?
You want to omit the section that our plan commission made a recommendation
The
to put in.
exploring, changing to home rule and, well, I'm looking at the old version here. Explore the best form of government.
I mean, this executive board can do whatever it likes as a majority vote, but my only question is, you want to make a recommendation to remove something that the plan commission decided that they wanted to add, that they met and talked about
Well,
for
they
9
didn't
months.
really decide to add it because it was already in 2020 version. It was just modified.
All right, it's been a
Nice.
while.
I mean,
I think what I said is accurate, though. They decided, they voted together on what they wanted to add and put in there.
There was quite a bit of conversation
Yep.
about
It
this
was
language
modified, the
at the
language.
plan commission.
I don't agree.
Okay? All right, so
That would be my suggestion, is I
you want to
feel like
remove
these are
sections from it,
referendum
okay?
items.
Mac?
Either that or we send it back to the board and let them. I know, I heard. I understand that, but accuracy, sometimes you gotta make sure all your i's are dotted and t's are
What-
crossed, right?
Can I ask, what part, what's the inaccurate part that you'd like to
Well,
send back for?
apparently, from what what Rich is saying, what we received before and what we're receiving now.
I understand what
Just
he's
wanna
saying.
make- I
What
just
I'm-
wanna make sure that
I understand
it's
what
right.
he is saying. What I am telling you, though, and I think I've confirmed here, correct me if I'm wrong, Pat, we have confirmed that that the Plan Commission has approved those changes, and that is what is before us today. So the question is, I mean, if you have anything, concerns about how something is presented or what the Plan Commission recommended, by all means, say something. But I don't think the discussion is about, I don't even know.
I got you.
I can confirm that that's what the planning commission decided they wanted in there. Karen shaking her head, yes, she was at that meeting, Kevin was at that meeting. This is what the planning
Rich.
commission recommended. It's up to
Do
you
you
guys
also
to
remember the
decide whether you
statement
wanna
that we
take
just
it.
had an election and the taxpayers had already just previously spoken that
Right.
soon before that, and that's what they turned down? Do you remember that conversation?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember what you
So now
said.
they decided to go ahead and go against that then? I don't.
No.
They just decided
So,
to explore.
so, hold on, I'll address that.
Oh,
So,
wait a minute.
it wasn't my place to state what you said or something like that, because I believe you said something very inaccurate. It is true that there was a vote for this, and the change of form of government did not happen. Where I think the problem is, even the opposition was strongly in favor of saying, you should vote no on this because they need more time to decide and talk about this and see if this is what people really want to do. I mean, I think even our previous city clerk was up here saying, very vocal about that, and that's her right to say so. So to say that all of a sudden, because there was a vote, and now our plan commission has came together on it and say, yeah, you know what, maybe there's at least enough information there to look at and stuff like that, and to say you don't want to have that, I don't believe that is accurate. But again, that's your opinion, you're entitled to it.
I
So-
believe there needs to be education, but I don't believe that the taxpayers need to be footing the bill for that education, and I think that's what you did here, was to put this on here for that reason.
I had nothing to do with this.
I mean, can I just say something?
Oh,
About
please.
15 years ago, 18 years ago, when I was mayor, those have been in the planning, the comprehensive
Comprehension.
plan for years, because what happens if all of a sudden the city grows and double the size? You're gonna keep it, the council like it is, maybe you go to alderman, maybe you go to something different. Home rule was looked at years ago, when I was on it also, for the reason of hotel motel tax. Because you could spend it in your general fund instead of being limited on how you can spend it. We looked at that, but it wasn't something we thought was the best of interest. But it's been in the plan, that comprehensive plan
For
for
years.
forever. It's just an option for the council to look at any time, whether we do it or not. We didn't do it, we talked about it once,
That makes sense.
but it's always been in the comprehensive plan for the future of growing, if the city's gonna grow, do you need to look at changing it? I mean, it's not saying it has to change, because it's in this document, but it is something that's been in that document for years, even before I became mayor.
Thank you,
It's
Don.
something that
Appreciate
should
it.
still be in.
I appreciate that.
It's always an option to do it, doesn't mean you have to do it, but it's been in there for years and years.
I
Thank
feel
you,
like,
Don.
I feel like there is a fear of somehow that by taking a recommendation to explore something, that is somehow putting a stamp of saying that is what we are supposed to do, and that is not the case here. So I'm not exactly sure what the issue is.
Suggestions.
I mean, we do need, hold on, we do need a majority vote to decide what we're doing with it. Are we passing it? Are we denying it? we modifying it, we sending it back? That's what we're here to decide, right? That's what's in front of us, and all I'm saying is, we have a majority vote, I don't even know if it was unanimous or not, but there was, at least, I know it passed, to recommend to approve the comprehensive plan.
I think it was unanimous.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay,
I mean, Jen
So-
can look up the minutes.
Yeah, I'd
but
have to look up the minutes, I wasn't there.
Motion and listen to, former Mayor Finley, and, just strike the part where we need to be doing the educating. I would agree with 12.2, moving the task to goals, explore the best form of government, set up for Oglesby to be moved on its own goal. I would appreciate that, but I will not.
you said something about your,
educate.
I'm trying to understand your motion. You said something about your motion, and you had something in there with Mayor Finley. What are you motioning?
I will agree with what he said.
Oh, you,
To
okay,
explore the best form of government, that the city should be doing that. I agree.
okay.
But I don't agree that we need to be doing any educating or paying for that education.
Well, I don't think it says that there.
Why is it not? I mean, it
Continue
says
to,
it blatantly.
it doesn't say that. I mean, that's up to the,
educate the citizens.
that's up to
What
the
do you mean?
plan, it
Well-
doesn't say to pay it. It's a recommendation from the plan. So, I don't understand, I mean, you're reading something into something that doesn't exist there, right?
No, I'm not.
No, you are, because what it's, God, you make it so hard to not try to be combative. That's not what it says. It says that the plan, hold on, the plan commission would get together, and if they thought that they should have a meeting over something, if they recommended, maybe we need to have an expert come in, maybe they don't. They make recommendations, they don't take action. So if they made a recommendation for something like that, it would come here to, or either on our bills, or we can approve so much money that the plan commission can spend on certain things if we want. We still have that authority. It's a,
We did that anyway. We had that authority, and we did do that.
we did,
We don't need to put it in there.
yeah.
So I kind of agree with Rich. I don't really necessarily think that the city itself should be spending money on educating the citizens. I wasn't a fan of, I appreciate the work the Plan Commission did, of course, but I wasn't a fan of throwing that to the Plan Commission and giving them a dollar amount, and I didn't like that. But with that being said, I mean, if we do it that way again, then you're right. I mean, it would cost money. But you could also work with an organization. You could have somebody come in. You could have somebody, a high school civics teacher come in and do it pro bono, right? You could explore a lot of different options to actually educate people. It doesn't necessarily have to be doing what we did this time, which I wouldn't agree with, frankly. So.
But you would agree, it does not dictate what he's
No.
saying,
Well,
that to pay for it, that's not what it says.
The big thing is this doesn't dictate anything because we don't have to follow a word in this comprehensive plan. It's just a guiding tool. It's the North Star, right? We're following that. But it's not nothing in here we're bound to. And honestly, I mean, even if you struck home rule from it, we could still go home rule without it being in the comprehensive plan. The comprehensive plan is merely suggestive. It doesn't
It's a
require
guidance.
anything. So, I don't see. I mean, yeah. I mean, if you
I think the second one would be redundant.
if you want to modify the
Exploring
second
best form of
one, I
government,
guess.
we've been talking about the best form of government, which in essence would be educating the citizens on it while we're talking about it. So I think we should strike addition under new goal, and we'll move on. I'll agree to pass it.
Would you say strike petition?
He wants, strike the task, continue to educate the citizens of
The
Oglesby.
last highlighted on.
Because it wasn't on this one. It was on-
Can we put
Only additional task.
Can we put continue, find ways to continue to educate the citizens of Oglesby on different forms of government in a cost-effective manner or free manner or something? Like, could we do something like that?
I think we have a lot of other worries here.
Yeah.
Well, I agree, but
Well, we might have a lot of worries, but we're making a thing out of, like, somebody's afraid of what
Because
these
I know
words
the
are.
games that got played in the last one, Jason.
Oh, I'm well aware of that as well.
Yes,
Mr. Clenard,
go
please.
ahead.
So, part of the reason this is in there is because you people can't agree on it. The 7 of you can't decide, 5 of you, whatever, it is, can't decide. So, it needs to go to a broader audience for discussion.
I agree.
That's what we're saying. Nobody got up, Jason didn't take everybody in back rooms and say, I want this.
wow.
It was done probably in spite of it, all right? And if you look at the implementation, I can't remember if I got my way or not, but I said, the implementation of this should be further down the line, to let the tempers cool, all right? You can see right now, the tempers still haven't cooled on that election, for that vote. So, it needs to be there, people still need to be educated. Who rest of the community needs to be educated. You've been talking about this for 25 minutes, 2 lines, in a document that's tons of pages. Because somebody was against the vote last time, and they're still against it, because they think somebody got their way. That isn't what happened. 11 people got together and decided that these kind of things need to still be discussed. The issue wasn't decided. That's all my soapbox.
Thank you, Jim.
You're
Appreciate
fine.
that.
I agree with it.
Thank you.
Okay, all right, we still have an action we have to do, whether it is approve, modify, send back, we gotta do something, or I guess table, but I hate just tabling it, cause then nothing ever, there's no
Well,
direction.
Doesn't
So-
this have to be
60
approved?
days. The
Yeah.
60-day clock is ticking.
Yeah, I think it's, I don't think it's a particularly big deal. And like I said, I was against the move to city manager, and I still wouldn't be supportive of it. So, and I don't see an issue here. So, I'll make a motion to.
Well, we'll make sure everybody has an opportunity
Okay.
to still,
I'll make a motion when
okay.
everybody's done.
Does anybody, does anybody else wanna talk about it? Hillary, do you have anything else to add?
Nope, I said my piece.
Matt?
Well, I appreciate what Don said and Jim, and I understand it's just a guideline.
Okay, Rich?
So are we gonna take Austin's motion over mine then, or how are we gonna?
Well, I haven't
We haven't heard any motions yet, but.
I haven't heard, I just wanna make sure everybody has an opportunity to speak, right? I don't think there's I don't know what the rule on that, if somebody's trying to vote for something, no, and vote, whose motion gets first, I don't know how that works.
Asked for it about 5 minutes.
If somebody's willing to make a motion, they're more than free to do so. I think the floor is open if you'd like to make a motion.
Make a motion again to exclude the task to continue to educate the citizens. Everything else can be passed as is.
Okay, so there's a motion on the floor to exclude the task to
If
continue
we,
to educate citizens of open and different form of government. Oh, and probably to make the one spelling error correction. Right.
Hillary's.
Okay.
I would appreciate it.
Okay, so that's the motion. Is there a second for that motion?
Kevin, if we accept
We're
that.
back to debate now.
Well, it's just a question, because Jim did mention in the implementation
He did.
section, the immediate implementation is investigate the pros and cons of home rule and educate the public. Was that supposed to be tied to that goal?
I think so, Kevin. don't you?
So when you say educate the public, it didn't reference any form of government, it just referenced home rule.
Home rule is not a form of government.
Right, investigate the pros and cons of home rule and
So
educate
that's in
public.
regards to the home rule,
Yes,
not on the other goal,
okay,
which would be the other forms of government.
okay.
That's just educating on home rule.
Okay.
It is not. That is not what you.
No.
No.
He's
Hold on.
talking about
It's a different
Calm
bullet.
down, one at a time.
He's talking
All
about
right, I
different
heard a
section.
motion. I have not heard a second. Do you have a motion you wanna make, Austin?
Yes, I mean, I would make a motion that we accept we approve the comprehensive plan as presented.
Okay, is there a second for that? Okay,
I'll second it.
Oh.
Because the implementation doesn't
Sorry,
say anything.
as presented, let me amend my motion, as
And
presented
spell it
with the correction of Hillary's name being spelled
Thank you.
capital Hilary.
2 L's.
okay, no. Okay, there's a
No,
motion
one.
and a second. Roll call, please.
Baldrige.
No.
Cullinan.
Aye.
McDermott.
Aye.
Moyle.
Aye.
And Curran.
Aye. Okay. 13B, discuss an impossible action on 125th Celebration Committee ordinance. So we talked about this last time. This is just to get the, on the books, to be able to create this committee. We do have one person that has agreed. I didn't want to necessarily start nominating and appointing people yet, but it is Mr. Wally Marquardt. And I said in my mayor's report, I'd like to see if we can get some more names. I do have 3 people that have approached me. They're all fantastic individuals, but I would like to get a much wider cross-section of opportunities out there. So, but for now, this is talking about creating the committee. Go around the room if anybody has anything to add. Austin?
No, I just look forward to seeing what they put together.
Okay.
Nope.
Mac?
Looking forward to Getting it going.
Okay, Rich? All right, if I can get a motion to approve the ordinance, that'd be great.
I'll make a
I
motion.
do have,
Go
I feel
ahead.
like I always do.
All right.
My name's spelled wrong in that too.
Does
Yeah.
somebody have something like say, like, have you ever done that before? Like you save something in your spell check wrong and then it's like forever?
It's wrong in almost all the ordinances, but I've never said
That's
anything.
not, it's probably in the table of the
Yeah.
votes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put a big thing on my computer monitor now.
Okay. All right, we got a first and a second. Can I get a motion, or did you make the motion?
I'll make the motion now. I was looking up the ordinance number. I motion that we approve ordinance number 1310-022426, an ordinance establishing a 125th anniversary celebration committee for the city of Oglesby, LaSalle County, Illinois.
I'll second that motion.
Roll call, please.
Sorry.
Baldridge.
Aye.
Cullinan.
Aye.
McDermott.
Aye.
Moyle.
Aye.
And Curran.
Aye. And again, I'll just say, I have 3 names right now. They're all great candidates. But if you could either reach out to myself or the clerk's office, and that'd be really nice if next meeting we'd be able to sit and talk in closed session and find really 4 solid people to really help out Wally and come up with something fantastic for what's gonna happen next administration. So, C, discussion and possible action on body art studio special permit ordinance. Cullinan.
Yeah, so I know that Pat had drafted up an ordinance to actually, after we directed him at the last meeting to do so, to grant this special use permit to the body art studio that wants to go in down the street. So I really don't have anything else to say about it, so.
It was placed on file, I think, right? Is that correct?
I
did
think we
last time?
did.
No,
Yeah,
we
we did.
voted on it
Yeah.
the last time, and this just formalizes the
Formalized
grant
it.
of the special use permit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hillary, do you have anything?
Nope.
Mac?
Nope.
Rich? All right, I don't have anything else on it, so let's get her moving. If I can get a motion to approve it, that'd
I
be great.
will motion that we approve ordinance number 1308-022426, an ordinance granting a special use permit to Mike Locke and Say Asani for property located at 116 West Walnut Street in the city of Oglesby. That's the correct address.
Yes.
Okay.
Can you get a second?
Well, hold on.
Okay.
Because I'm looking in the ordinance right now, and it does say in the, an ordinance granting, so the part directly under the ordinance title, it does say 116 West Walnut, but in the, whereas the city of Oglesby received a request for a special use permit from Mike Locke for property located at 114 West Walnut.
So I
That is
think-
correct.
Because
So
it-
it's,
He put
That
the
was
wrong
brought
address
up.
in,
It came-
didn't apply.
it came in
Okay.
like that on the application, but then they
Okay.
changed it.
But we
Yeah.
corrected
They
it in the
corrected
course
it.
of the hearing and the process.
okay, so the actual,
We also made the owner of the
Yeah.
property sign, which is why the second name is on
Okay.
there. Only Mike Locke petitioned, but they decided they wanted the owner of the property to sign as well.
Yep.
So
Okay.
both of those things were corrected.
so just the actual, address
The
again is,
physical address is 116,
Okay.
it's the west half of that building.
okay. So should that whereas paragraph say 116 or should it say 114?
It should say 114, because that's what the petition said that the
Okay.
file.
Oh, yeah, okay, you're right, yep, I
You
misread it.
okay?
Yeah, received a request from
Yeah.
Mike Locke for,
Yeah.
okay, got it.
Did you finish your motion?
I
Yep.
tried to be clear.
Yep, I'm sorry,
Motion.
I misunderstood.
Is there a second?
I'll second that motion.
Roll call, please.
Baldridge.
Aye.
Cullinan.
Aye.
McDermott.
Aye.
Moyle.
Aye.
Curran.
Aye. 14, new business. A, discussion and possible action on contract with North American Midway Entertainment. So I had this on here hoping we'd have it back by now. There was a lot of discussion back and forth on the contract. There was some stuff in there with food-related things, and I think the only thing that was for the year, they
Yeah.
went, I thought 1 year too
Yep.
long. We wanted to only go into the same length as time that went into this one. They have not gotten that back to us by this morning yet. So unless anybody has anything they want to add on, I say we just table it for now and we'll get it approved.
Make a motion to table the North American Midway Entertainment contract.
I second that motion.
Roll call, please.
Baldridge.
Thanks, Rich.
Cullinan.
Aye.
McDermott.
Aye.
Moyle.
Aye.
Curran.
Aye. B, discussion and possible action on adding open discussion topic, Curran. Okay, so the last couple meetings, I had something on there at the end of commissioner reports to be able to make some public comments. The first The first time, it did say mayor's final comments. The feedback I got from the council was they was concerned about equitable time or anything like that, so the next time I put it to say, discussion, by any, council member on any topic, and then it kinda got removed, so I told Austin and, Mac that I was just gonna put that back on there, cause there needs to be a section for this. And Austin was kind of against it. He says, how about instead you put on there something that we can have a thing to discuss? So that's what this is here for. So my thoughts are, I am not opposed to the idea of separating people's reports that they do that focus on their departments solely to other discussion items that whether they're open or they're comments because of somebody came up on public comment or something like that. I think that's actually fine. So my thoughts are there needs to be a section somewhere in there to where anybody can respond. Let's say we have somebody come up here and come up talking about some kind of crazy topic. None of us necessarily want to engage them during their public comment time. You could, it's not recommended, but I think there needs to be a section on there that any commissioner, whoever can talk openly about whatever topic it is. That doesn't necessarily mean they get the last word. None of that kind of stuff is the case. But it opens something up, and I think there's value in there. So I thought I'd put that on there and then give everybody an opportunity to talk about that. Austin.
Okay. I think there's merit to what you're saying, and I'm fine with discussing this, as I told you. But I just don't like constantly revisiting the structure of the agenda. I don't think that we should have moved mayor's report to the beginning of the meeting. I think it should have stayed where it was at. It's been that way. I think there's value in stuff staying the same from council to council. I mean, certain things, of course, and I think this would be one of them. I don't want to have a kind of snowball effect where this becomes like a kind of runaway thing, and we're just constantly modifying every little last aspect of the agenda. So I don't want any further modifications, and if anything, my suggestion was actually, if you really wanted something at the end of the meeting and the commissioners didn't want you to go last, put the mayor's report first or something like that and leave it as is. Leave it like that. I don't like constantly moving stuff or adding new things. I don't think it's good practice, so
Okay.
I'll leave it there.
Thanks. Hillary.
Couple things, and I did tell you this when you told me you were gonna put it on the agenda, that this is to me, the appropriate way to put it, an agenda, a long-standing agenda change, because the agenda is controlled by the body, and we all have to vote, just like if we were to remove an item, we all have to vote on it. I do have some concerns, like the open discussion topic, like, wouldn't that kind of be an OMA violation? I mean, technically, you're supposed to be pretty clear what you're putting on your agenda, and you're leaving it open. What are we gonna talk about?
It's no different, Hillary, than commissioner reports or mayor's reports.
Yeah, I think if you were to say open discussion and action on, I think if you said something like, we're gonna try to take action on a new topic, that's a problem, but you can discuss anything, so I think that's all it is just a discussion opportunity.
Well, would you wanna put this
Hold on,
before?
I wanna make sure you give her an opportunity to
I
finish.
just, like Austin said, I'm just not real supportive in making any changes to that. I think it's fine the way we've been going for the last few meetings. And again, to respond to public comment, you have an opportunity to respond, and I don't think it's best practice to let somebody come up here who's bold enough to make public comment and then wait for them to sit down and then, I don't know, argue with them from their chair, like.
Okay. Matt.
Well, I agree with what Hillary just said. And like Austin was saying, I don't know if there's any really need to change. Would you want to put this before the commissioner report or after that?
Put it after. If you're asking me, my question is, it's after all reports. Because I do support the idea of separating whatever your departmental reports might be on any topic with being able to bring up an open thing. And my thing is, sometimes there's things that come up, like, for example, last meeting, I forgot to put it in my one today, but I didn't even realize the change that Austin made to, with the building inspection stuff and all that stuff like that, and I would have made a comment on that, but.
Under 2.5 hours. And I don't think that's ridiculous.
Okay. First of all, well, I don't think Austin said he said he doesn't want to keep constantly changing the agenda. I didn't think that's not what I read, what you said about adding this as a possible item if you thought it was valid. Right?
I was fine with discussing this, yeah.
Okay. And as far as 2.5 hours, we spent 25 minutes talking about what the Plan Commission made a recommendation for unanimously.
That was tonight.
Yeah, that was tonight. I just don't understand, in the fact that you just, two people here, again, said something about last word. But again, you have said that that's not what it's about. So I know different. I think everybody knows different. There needs to be a section in here where people can be able to talk and open and communicate. I don't know what else to say about it. I really don't. To me, it is the wildest thing that I'm even having this. I've had other conversations with other mayors, and they just go, I cannot believe that. It's wild. So I think there needs to be an opportunity where somebody can talk about any discussion item that they feel like. I mean, we talk about transparency and wanting to be able to open communicate, but yet we're going to take it out. So that's all I have to say on it. Does anybody else have any thoughts on that? So we're not gonna add anything extra to that. We're just gonna allow it to be that way. Okay?
Like I said, my ideal way to approach things would be to go back to the way it was, but I know that's not gonna happen, so.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna tell you right now, every single meeting for the rest of the time, I'm gonna have that on there. And you can vote to remove it if you want, because you're afraid of somebody having open communication. That's up to you. So, okay, B. Does anybody else have anything else they want to say about that? Nothing else? B, discussion and possible action on adding open discussion. Oh, that was me. Done. C, appoint Plan Commission Chairman Kyle Videgar, Curran. So we have to appoint at least a chairman for it. Ken Ficek had a recommendation of Kyle Videgar. He is a very tempered individual. He is incredibly smart, and he's an engineer, and he does great work. So I am all for taking that recommendation. So I'd like to nominate Kyle Videgar for the appointment of Plan Commission Chairman. Anybody else have anything to add on that they'd like to add? Hillary? Mac?
No, I don't have anything.
Rich?
We have a few members from the committee. Would you guys be willing? Is that? Yes. Okay. Yeah, then I agree too.
Okay. All right, if I can get a motion then.
I'll move that we appoint Plan Commission, or Kyle Videgar as the Plan Commission Chairman.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Thanks, Rich.
Baldrige.
Aye.
Cullinan.
Aye.
McDermott.
Aye.
Moyle.
Aye.
Curran.
Aye. Number 15, public comment on any topic. Seeing that there's none, we'll move on. Yep. Did I miss one? Okay.
What number did we move?
We moved number 6 down to right before adjournment. So, number 16, Commissioner reports. Commissioner Cullinan.
Yeah, I don't have much for this meeting. The one thing that I will say is I had an off day Monday. Right? Yeah, it was Monday, I think. Yeah, or actually no, it was Friday, not Monday. I was off Monday, but I came in here on Friday. I had an off day, and we were in the office, so I'm getting my days mixed up. But I came in, and one of the things I had talked about before that I kind of want to get done. Is we have a number of forms available online on our website, and I would really like to actually start to get those digitized. So obviously, if somebody wants to, something as simple as like a form to request to use the Dickinson House, I'd like to digitize as many forms as we can. Obviously, still offer paper copies, still accept paper copies, etc. But I do know, especially speaking of myself, I am somebody who prefers, one, to submit things digitally, and I also prefer a digital paper trail for things. And so I'm looking into using, I actually have the document set up, but I need to have a meeting with a representative from JotForm, but they have a government product that we're going to be perhaps looking at using. Adobe has a product too, perhaps look at that. But as far as JotForm is concerned, that's kind of the tentative choice. But all of our forms that we have, we'll be looking to provide an electronic copy of those to people that they can fill out in the form of a fillable PDF. So that was the one thing I was kind of working on Friday when I came in here. Other than that, though, there's a few things in motion, but I don't have anything else to actually report tonight, so that's it.
All right, thanks.
Yep.
Commissioner Wong.
Which one is first?
That one.
Okay, perfect. Thursday, March 5th at 10 o'clock is our first instruction, and I just wanted to show off our beautiful flyer that the girls in the clerk's office put together. Also mark your calendar for April 2nd. The police department's putting Don't Be a Victim of a Scam on. So just make a good effort to come. I think this is going to be really great for the community. And then I'm really excited on behalf of We Are Oglesby and MP Automotive. I want to announce February's First Responder of the Month. So Randy Ozapinski has been selected as city's First Responder of the Month in recognition of her dedication, professionalism, and continued leadership within the Oglesby Police Department. Randy joined the department in 2021 and has consistently demonstrated a strong work ethic, sound judgment, and a commitment to serving the community. Through her initiative and leadership abilities, she earned a well-deserved promotion to the rank of sergeant in 2025. In her supervisory role, Sergeant Ozapinski leads by example, supports her fellow officers, and upholds the high standards of the department. Her positive attitude and steady presence have made a meaningful impact both within the department and throughout the community. Randy's ability to balance compassion with professionalism exemplifies the values we strive to maintain in public service. Outside of her duties, Randy is married to her husband, Austin, who works for the Oglesby Electric Department. She is also a proud mother to her daughter, Emerson. Her dedication to family and community reflects the character she brings to her role each day. Congratulations to Sergeant Randy Ozapinski. And I do want to say, I have always said her last name wrong. I grew up in town and I always said it was Ozapinski, so I hope I said it right today, Randy.
All right, thank you. Commissioner McDermott.
Well, I don't have much. The wastewater treatment plant work is going well. We're on schedule. We do have some projects coming up in town that we'll bring out later. And that's all I have for right now.
Okay, Commissioner Baldridge.
The electric department reports that in the last 2 weeks, their guys have passed and gotten certified by the Illinois Pesticide Safety Education Program from the U of I Extension for both the general applicator standards and the right-of-way pesticide applicator state certification. They also have been working on their substation certification program from the Northwestern Lineman College during the harsh weather days that we had. They will continue this program of study when possible. They've also been trimming trees out of the lines in order to limit any problems that we can foresee, as well as working on some bad underground wiring by the Malik Road intersection. The electric department employees, as well as the streets and parks department employees, have had and completed the Illinois Flagger Training Certification Program at their shop. This was put on through IMEA in conjunction with the National Safety Council. It looks like they finally have an agreement with GTI for the Malik Road utility easement on a portion of their property, which will facilitate the installation of the second 34.5 feed to Malik Road substation. Once completed, this will allow for future electric expansion, as well as give the city another way to keep and restore our distribution center system much quicker, as well as add redundancy. We are working with our engineer along with Ameren in order to finalize the design so we can get all materials ordered. Thank you.
Okay. Number 17, executive session for collective negotiating matters between the public body and its employees or their representatives or deliberations concerning the salary schedules for one or more classes of employees. 5 LCS 120/2C2, to discuss the purchase of lease of real estate. 5 LCS 120C5, the employment compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees. 5 ILCS 120/2C1, and discussion of minutes of meetings lawfully closed. 5 ILCS 120/C21. Can I get a motion to go
I'll
into
make a
that
motion
executive
to go
session?
into executive session.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Baldridge. Cullinan.
Aye.
McDermott.
Aye.
Moyle.
Aye.
Curran.
Aye. The only active item we have after closed session is the item we moved, which is approving the basic minutes. Again, not saying we will approve them, it's just, it's moved down there, so. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night. Enjoy the rest of Fat Tuesday.
for Washington on Thursday.
Oh, you are?
I wish it would have. Mary Jo and I were talking about it yesterday.
You know, the funny thing is, there's so many people in my company that go to these kinds. I should just go and call it a company time. I should. There's so many things that people go to, it's crazy. It's wild.
So I have a friend of mine.
Oh.
Let's get this done.
Okay. Oh, well, that's okay. All right, we're back in open session. Roll call, please.
Baldridge.
Here.
Cullinan.
Here.
McDermott.
Here.
Moyle.
Here.
Curran.
Here. Number 6 got moved down. Number 6 is approved minutes from December 15th, 2025, January 5th, 2026, January 20th, 2026, and February 2nd, 2026 regular meeting.
Okay.
So
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
we'll
I
go
was gonna
around.
make a recommendation.
Apparently there was some concerns with it, so I think people wanted to wait until talk about, what's going on? Do you want to see what's going on so we can fix whatever? I'm like, God, I did say something about celebrating.
It's because I put the live stream on it.
Oh, I said something about celebrating Fat Tuesday the last few hours we have here, and all of a sudden now I'm being talked to. Not allowed. Okay. All right, I'll wait till Austin gets back here. Perfect. Okay, we did move it down so that way we didn't, I do appreciate that at least we didn't impact everybody else here, because we did have a relatively nice beginning of the council meeting, so we'll go around the room if anybody has any concerns, questions, whatever the concern is about.
So my suggestion, I don't have any concerns, but my suggestion would be just that, I mean, if we want to put them up here, and then we want to, whatever issues there are, if we just want to look at them together that way, I think that'd probably be the best way to address this.
Yeah, I think we should do it one at a time.
Yeah.
Like each,
Yeah.
yeah.
Is
One
everybody,
at a time.
Well, let's go around, let's get comments first. Hillary, thoughts?
Yeah, I think we should look at each one at a time.
Matt?
Absolutely, one at a time. Make sure
Rich?
they're right.
okay, so we'll
Okay,
do,
hold on.
oh, sorry, I'm sorry.
Please,
Getting ahead of myself.
please.
Sorry.
I know you're excited.
I just, I
All right.
haven't chaired a meeting in so long, I just can't help myself.
You'll have an opportunity in a few months.
Calm down.
Anyways, so I just want to say that my understanding is these minutes are the exact, is that correct? They're the exact same as what they were from 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And one of the questions I asked here, and I'm not trying to make a stink, but I asked the question, hey, we're not approving minutes. What seems to be the issue? We need to get some kind of direction. The clerk needs to get some kind of direction, whether it's an email or this is a problem, or I think this is incorrect or inaccurate, whatever it is. So here we are 2 weeks later. Granted, it's at the end of the meeting, which is a little better, but this is not something I want to continue doing. I mean, you say you don't want to have public comments on things or public discussion, but yet we spend 25 minutes on meetings every week. So, all right, let's go through what the problem
Okay,
is.
so this is for December 15th, Rich.
Is that the first one?
Yeah,
Okay.
what part of it?
I guess we were accused of discussing the meeting prior to
Where's that at?
report. And Jason's report.
In Jason's report? Okay.
Where was I at that point?
Mayor's report.
Okay.
Okay, right there.
Curran said he believed that some of the agenda items were discussed before the meeting. Baldridge called a point of order. First of all, these are minutes. Is that not accurate?
Is that needed to be put in there? I mean, if I accused you of extortion, would that stay on the record?
You called a point of order.
I don't care.
You legitimately called a point of order. I think that is a.
But you accused the council of something that we didn't do, and obviously we didn't do it because it didn't
No,
pass like that.
okay, first of all, I'm not gonna get into this with you. You obviously did. So let's not play that game. Let's not
No,
play.
we're not
hold
gonna
on,
play
All
that
right,
game,
all right,
Jason.
guys, come on.
Hold on. So regardless if you did that or not, that's not what the minutes are.
No,
The
they're
minutes are, I'm speaking. The minutes are a recollection of what happened at the meeting. I said something, whatever it was, you can blank that out, it doesn't make a difference. You called a point of order. That's an actual thing that happened.
I'm sorry. I was
The
making
point
sure
of
the live
order
stream was still
has to
going.
be in there, but
Was
the
it
words
productive?
about what Curran said could be
Right.
taken out.
You could say something like,
I thought you said all the quotes were removed.
well, it does look, the quotes are removed. There's no quotations there.
Well, yeah, because
Did
you
you
then
say
thanked the
that?
Dickinson House for hosting. I mean, that is something that he said, but it's not a quote.
Yeah, those are, I think it's, You are confusing what minutes
No,
are for.
I'll make
Go ahead.
accusations from now on that are unfounded, and I'll get them to stand on the
You
record as well.
You can make accusations all you want. I mean, you do it all the time anyways.
Yeah, name one.
Name one, okay.
Okay, guys.
Yeah,
We're
you
not
calling a
getting
point of
anywhere
order?
right now. Point of order.
I would say with it though, like I do think it would be awkward in the minutes to have Baldridge call the point of order and there to be no context for what the point of
Yeah.
order was
How
about.
about the mayor made a claim?
I mean, you could, yeah, you could
Mayor
do that too
made
if
a
you want to.
statement.
You're so, I mean, that's what I said.
We're trying to make it generic.
Gotta have something in there before Baldridge called.
The mayor made a claim.
Made a
Baldridge called a
comment.
point of order on it. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. I really don't care about these things, because it doesn't matter how true they are in here, it doesn't seem like anybody seems to care. So, whatever you want it to say.
Okay, is that
And
it?
also the other thing is, now we're in 2026. All these meetings are on video, so I mean,
Right.
I don't really know how big of an issue the minutes are, as far as the exact wording. I mean, I don't know.
I don't care. If you wanna whitewash it
Change it.
down to say Curran made a statement, mayor made a statement, I don't know.
I did, actually, I have a correction too that I just noticed.
Okay.
The Santa's mailbox closed on December 17th, not September 17th.
Oh,
Well,
Sorry.
yeah, that's
but
Yeah.
that's in my report. Did I say the wrong date though?
Maybe,
So that's the thing.
yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, we should make
Yeah.
sure they're accurate and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But if I said the wrong date, the minutes are what happened
yeah.
in the meeting. So if I was wrong, well, meetings are wrong.
I'll
But
look
you
at
can
it.
fix them though. I don't,
Santa's mailbox
I don't have a
is
problem putting
closed.
the right date in there, but
Yeah.
I was just
Yeah,
trying to
no, I
make the
understand what
point.
you're saying.
All right, so we're making that one change? Got it. What's the next date? January 5th. Can you bring that one up, Austin?
Oh, yeah.
We'll knock this out and just,
January 5th, I had a problem because it said that I stated that Rich Baldridge had a background in concrete, and I did not say that I said construction. Again, is it really that important? Probably not.
where's this at? Moyle said Curran, sorry, apologize. Whoa, it's going crazy. I gotta go crazy.
Oh, hold on.
I'm gonna wrench my neck here.
Ooh. I hit the microphone.
1-5.
Agreed.
Okay, where are we at?
There. Moyle said Cullinan's spreadsheet was great administrative stuff, but she believed it would be better to have Baldridge oversee it if there were problems with his background in concrete.
Because you could just leave it
What's
as
wrong
his
with that?
background.
I never said concrete.
What did you say?
Construction.
Construction.
Probably got that from you saying it.
But Becky,
Call you.
and
This is
you
where I-
said it.
This is where I make, this is.
Yeah.
But this is the thing,
If-
is like Becky and you said it. I didn't say that, and it got put into my words. And that's the problem,
This-
which I think will be fixed when we stop putting so many
This is where
specific
we're
things.
splitting hairs too much.
They should not have all the specific stuff.
Yes.
I don't have a care, but I mean, I could make the same argument. If you said construction, I would say you're accurate, you're right on concrete. He knows a lot about concrete. I would say he knows hardly anything about construction.
You wouldn't know shit.
I
Okay.
think I have more certifications than you do.
Show me, Jason.
Show you.
So
I
here's
got
the thing.
certifications in a lot of
But
things
like,
that we
that's
don't even
the
utilize.
murky area is when you put so much detail in there to say that it's accurate or not. That's what we're.
I know, but so here's the thing I would say about it though. You did say construction, right?
Yes.
So I do think.
Why can't we
hairs.
just put construction and move on?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm suggesting. I'm just saying though, I do think because of
contracts.
is relevant
I ain't even
because
part
you
of
took a
it.
stance and you gave
Look at this
a reason for your stance, and so I think there is merit in having because of his background in construction in it.
Right.
So I'm fine with changing it to construction if that's what you said.
start being nice later then, I have to give up. Okay.
That's-
Yeah,
I'm making
that
notes
doesn't
on
bother
it
me.
as I
Oh,
go, so.
I mean, if you generalize them, I don't care. I don't have a problem.
But are
We
you?
already agreed to that before.
Yeah.
I'm using
Okay.
Should be.
GPT now. I mean, I have to
Okay.
correct a bunch of things.
So
I don't think that's too specific.
I think it's fine. If you want that one word to construction, we say we do that and move on.
Yeah.
All right, is there anything else you had a problem with that?
I didn't. Did anybody
Okay,
else?
next one.
Okay.
January 20th. What's the issue with this one? Who had an issue?
I don't.
Nobody.
No issue.
Moving
No
on.
issue.
Move
Okay.
on.
February
so then-
2nd.
February 2nd.
Wait a second.
Is there anyone on that?
That was just the last meeting.
No,
Any issues?
no. The only other issue I have is, why a copy of the very first minutes that we didn't approve and rejected were in the, file thing over there for the public to obtain.
That I can absolutely not tell you because I did not put it in there.
I
Happened to
so
be the ones where I was getting insulted and.
before meetings, I do put them in there. I don't think I would have printed out January 5th and put them in there, but
I don't think I think it was February's, but it was just the date was wrong.
Okay, so,
Yeah.
Happened.
No problems with this one, though?
so in other words, there's no issues with the minutes. You have a concern about how something was handled, but it was still technically open session minutes, so it's not like there was a violation. But there was probably something that, some notes went out to the public that shouldn't have, is what the argument is?
Yeah.
And- Okay.
We'll just double check and make sure it doesn't happen again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to me, I don't think there's a violation of that anyways. I mean, it's not good practice you wanna do,
Yeah.
but it's open minutes. Okay, so can I get a motion from somebody with the changes for December 15th, and January 5th as discussed? And then to approve January 20th and February 2nd as read? Can I
I'll
get
make
can
a
I get that
motion to make all appropriate changes to approve the
we need a more
minutes.
specific motion for the dates.
He can say anything, I can reword it.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm just gonna reword what I think he understood, and then everybody can agree. Making the modifications as discussed to December 15th, modifications as discussed to January 5th, and
Right.
as read for January 20th and February 2nd. Is that pretty accurate, what you said?
Yeah,
That's the
that's
motion. Can we get a
pretty good.
second?
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Baldridge.
Aye.
Cullinan.
Aye.
McDermott.
Aye.
Moyle.
Aye.
Curran.
Aye. Number 14, adjournment. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
I move we adjourn the meeting.
I second.
Roll call, please.
Baldridge.
Aye.
Cullinan.
Aye.
McDermott.
Aye.
Moyle.
Aye.
Curran.
Aye. All right, everybody, have a wonderful remaining 3 hours and 20 minutes left of Fat Tuesday. Have a great one. Little did you know that I've actually done 3 days already of work on,
Just take out, has issued a city of Oglesby code violation.